Inevitable, DZ, and we're talking all things that have to do with understanding the cloud today. The cloud is a storage mode of which computer data storage is formed and stored under, which digital data is stored on and servers on an offsite location. The servers are maintained by a third-party provider who is responsible for hosting and managing and securing data on the infrastructure. The cloud, however, refers to the servers that is accessed over the internet and the software, as well as the database that is on these servers. And joining us today, as you can see, I'm stumbling a little bit, but the person who's in the studio today knows exactly what he's talking about. He is the COO as well as the co-founder of, of SovTech, and his name is Jamie Channels. Welcome to the show, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
I feel like every time I have to speak about technology, I'm just like, it's so much that's going on. How did you choose this career?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I don't think I chose the career. I think the career chose me. I've always just loved technology and tech, and I think as a very young child, I loved to play with computers and take apart little like radios and remote control cars and that kind of thing. And I think I just kind of ended up here because it's fun.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
Today's topic, though, is understanding the cloud. So if someone like me, who's not really a tech-savvy person, how do you explain the cloud in general?
Yeah, I mean, like the cloud's quite a intimidating, weird thing, right? Yeah. And I think it's quite complicated behind the scenes, but actually at the end of the day, you can probably just think of the cloud as the internet, which is a much easier way to think about it. And the internet is made up of all these different things. You know, you spoke earlier about like databases and centralized processing power and all these things, but actually the cloud's more just like it's the internet. It's things that are available, but they're not necessarily here. They're like somewhere else in the cloud.
And then what is the importance of having the cloud?
Well, I mean, the internet makes our lives easier, right? And if it weren't for the internet and if it weren't for the cloud, things would be a lot more difficult out there. Things like, you know, buying stuff online and e-commerce would not really exist. Ordering food online, you know, every single fast food company in South Africa now has an app where you can you can buy things and order things to your door, and that's great, but that's because of the cloud, and that's really because of the internet. It's pretty much the same thing.
And then now, can we talk about the safety of having the cloud? I mean, if there's so many things that are stored on there, is it safe for regular human beings? Is our information safe when it's on the cloud, etc.? Are there different barriers to the cloud that are protecting our information?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you should really try and have really strong passwords. Otherwise, people are going to get them. But it also depends what kind of things you're using online. You know, if you're using something like Facebook or Gmail or WhatsApp, it's pretty safe. But you've got to be, I think, almost like a good net citizen, as they say, and you know, don't make your password 123, and don't make, you know, your like WhatsApp recovery code 123456. It's like obvious things. And actually, if you just do those obvious things a lot better, like have better, stronger passwords, then it's a much safer place.
Yes, and then I wanted to find out if someone maybe was entering the tech world and they wanted to know, okay, cool, I'm interested in this cloud situation. What apps do I have? Do all the apps that I have the cloud? Or do everything basically on the internet has the cloud?
Exactly. So behind all of those apps on your phone, they are using the cloud. And I think the like really simple understanding is probably like if it's stored on your phone, it's not using the cloud. But if it's not stored on your phone, then it is using the cloud. And maybe like something like, you know, a lot of people use Gmail or Google stuff and like have Google Photos. If you've just got the photos on your device, you're not using the cloud. But if you're uploading them to Google and it's saving to your Google Photos, that's the cloud.
Now let's talk about SovTech. How did that come about and what are you guys all about?
Yeah, so we've been around for just over 10 years, and I think we realized a while back that you know, this cloud era and this software era was coming, and we really got excited about helping other businesses with technology. So what we do at the end of the day is we help businesses scale by building world-class software. So if you're a small business and you want to get bigger and you want to use technology or like mobile apps or web apps to do that, we're basically the people that you talk to.
Yeah.
And we help you along.
Okay, and then where can we find Softtech? Because I mean, you're not going anywhere, but we're focusing on your company right now. Let's say someone is watching and they're like, they need some help from you. Where can we find you?
Yeah, obviously online, sovtech.co.za. That's
Yeah.
SOVTECH.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got offices in a couple of major cities. So we're in Cape Town, our main office is in Joburg, and we've got a scattering of offices across Africa as well.
And quickly, before I link to my fellow co-host over there, why should people use Softtech?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think for one, we are a proudly African company and we put a lot of work back into making sure that we're growing people and growing people's careers in and around not only South Africa, but Africa as a whole. And I think, we've got lots of companies abroad that use our services, but we don't necessarily hire people in London. We want our people to be African, and that is a cornerstone of our growth and our plans for the next couple of years.
I love that, and the fact that you're focusing in-house, not just in-house, but in Africa and South Africa specifically. Because guys, we are a country that has literally been going down with businesses. So with businesses like Softtech, you can make sure that you're hiring them to advance your business and growing bigger and better, and hopefully touching nations, not just here, but all around the world, and making a difference. Right now, though, let us find out what is the social media question for the day with our girl, Kizzy Keys.